You know how sometimes you get two pieces of advice that sound exactly the same? One person tells you to think big, another says think without limits, and you kind of just nod along, thinking, yeah, same thing. But what if they're not? What if one is just about size, while the other is about a quality of mind so completely different you couldn't even measure it if you tried? Well, this was the exact puzzle that a carpenter in ancient India, a guy named Pañcakanga, was dealing with. He took his question to the enlightened monk Anuruddha, and it's a question that honestly cuts right to the heart of what it means to train your own mind. He'd been taught these two different paths to mental freedom, and for the life of him, they sounded identical. And when you look at the terms, you can totally see why he was confused. They really do look like synonyms. On one side, you've got apamana, which usually gets translated as immeasurable or boundless, and on the other, mahagata, which is translated as enlarged or greatened. A boundless mind, a great mind. It sounds like we're just talking about making something bigger, right? So that's the big question, isn't it? Is a mind that has no boundaries really the same thing as just a big mind? This is the riddle Anuruddha is about to solve for Pañcakanga, and for us. So let's break down his answer, starting with that first term. Okay, first up, apamana chetovimutti. To really get what this means, we're going to look at it from two different angles. First, the standard sort of dictionary definition, and then we're going to dig way deeper into the roots of the word itself to find the hidden meaning. So the first, most common translation is pretty straightforward. Apamana means immeasurable, boundless, infinite. It's describing a state of mind that just doesn't draw lines between me and you or us and them. It's all about radiating goodwill in every direction, with no exceptions at all. And the traditional way to get there is through what are known as the four boundless states. You mentally fill the entire world, every direction, up, down, all around. First with loving kindness, then with compassion, then with joy for other people's happiness, and finally with this deep sense of balance, or equanimity. It's like a 360-degree broadcast of pure positive mental energy. Okay, but here is where it gets really, really interesting. This is our second, deeper look. If you break the word down, apamana is made of two parts. A, which is a prefix that means not or un, and pamana, which means measure. So it doesn't just mean infinitely big. It actually means not measurable. It's in a completely different category. Here's a way to picture it. Calling this mind boundless still kind of puts it on a scale of size, right? It's just at the very, very top end. But that's like trying to measure a cloud of glowing light with a ruler. The tool is just wrong for the job. The whole concept of size just doesn't apply. It's a total category error. So the crucial takeaway here is that this state of mind doesn't just max out the ruler. It completely shatters the very idea of measurement. This isn't about quantity at all. It's about a fundamental quality of your consciousness, a quality that is so pure, so radiant that you simply can't put a number on it. It is truly beyond measure. All right, now let's switch gears and look at the second term, mahagata. You're going to see how this paints a totally different picture. We'll use that same two-layer approach to really unpack it. So on the surface, the standard translation of mahagata as enlarged or greatened, it sounds a lot like boundless, doesn't it? It makes you think of a mind that has just gotten bigger and more expansive, but the real secret is hiding in the structure of the word. And this deeper translation, this changes everything. See, mahagata is a combination of mahat, which means great, and gata, which means gone to or journeyed. So it's not about just being great, it's describing a mind that has journeyed to greatness. It's all about a process, a path you walk, and the active expansion of scale. And this perfectly captures the meditation practice that Anuruddha describes for this state. It's a very deliberate, step-by-step expansion of your awareness. You start small, focusing your mind so it fills the space of just a single tree root. Then you expand that focus to cover a field, then an entire kingdom, and finally the whole earth. It's a completely measurable, scalable exercise. So now the difference just snaps into focus, right? You can see why the carpenter was confused, but these two practices are worlds apart. One is about changing the fundamental quality of your mind, and the other is all about expanding the scale of its focus. This table sums it all up perfectly. Apamana, the mind beyond measure, is all about its nature, its quality of purity. It just radiates outward. Mahagata, the journey to greatness, is about the scale of your focus. It expands in a linear, measurable way. One is quality, the other is quantity. Simple as that. But why does this difference in quality matter so much? I mean, so what? Well, to make sure the carpenter and us really truly get it, Anuruddha uses this beautiful, simple analogy, an oil lamp. He says a meditator's mind can be like one of two lamps. One has this smoky, sputtering flame. The other burns with a clear, steady, luminous light. And the important thing isn't how big the room is that they're lighting up, it's the quality of the fuel and the wick inside the lamp. A mind that's clouded by what the text calls defilements, things like sluggishness, worry, or physical discomfort. That's like the lamp with bad fuel and a dirty wick. You can try to expand your focus as wide as you want, but the light you're going to generate is going to be dim and smoky and unstable. But a mind that has worked through all that stuff, a mind that is calm and clear and at ease, that's like the lamp with pure fuel and a clean wick. Its light is brilliant and unwavering. This is the quality that is beyond measure. It's not about how far the light goes, but about the purity of the light itself. So what's the ultimate point of all this? Of cultivating this pure, luminous quality of mind? Where does it actually lead? Well, the text leaves us with one final, striking, and surprisingly humble image to explain the kind of freedom that comes with it. Anuruddha says that someone who gets to this pure state is like a fly being carried around in a winnowing basket. It doesn't cling to where it's been, it doesn't worry about where it's going, it's just not attached to its position in the basket. It's an image of such profound freedom. It's the freedom to find contentment, even joy, right here, right now, wherever you happen to land. There's no grasping, no needing things to stay the same. It's a state of being completely unattached and just simply being present with the experience of the moment. And that leaves us with a pretty powerful question. We put so much effort into making our minds bigger, faster, more expansive. But what if the real prize, the true freedom, isn't about scale at all? What if it's about purifying the quality of your mind, making it a place so clear and so luminous that you can simply enjoy being there, wherever you happen to be?